We've gotten a lot of questions lately about real estate and what happens when you pass away in Michigan. So if you have questions surrounding your home or real estate, this video is for you. Most people simply assume that their house will automatically go to their kids when they pass. Sometimes that may work out, but not without planning. A lot of the time, it doesn't exactly go the way families expect. So today I want to walk through some of the most common questions that we get about homes, deeds, probate, possible family conflict, and hopefully I can share some real world stories along the way so you can see how actually this plays out and how to plan and prepare accordingly. So if you own a home in Michigan, a lot of people ask, well, what estate planning steps should I undertake? Well, first, no reason to panic. Everything can be planned to preserve your wishes. And this is typically simpler than what most people think, as long as you undertake to plan intentionally. Step one is first to look at how your home is currently owned and titled. Looking at the most recent recorded deed gives us a good picture of that. Not all the time it is what your trust or will says, but it's what the deed to your home actually states. We need to review this to figure out how to plan accordingly. And this is where a lot of the confusion begins. For example, recently we had a family come to us. Their mother had just passed. Mom had a trust and had a plan. And everything said it went to her children equally, which is very typical. Now, she assumed that meant the house avoided court without any other action. Unfortunately, there wasn't a plan within that trust, so it did not. Because no specific plan was undertaken to direct that house where to go upon her passing, her children still had to open up a probate estate in order to get the home into her trust. This process delayed considerably the sale of the home for almost a year and resulted in a fairly significant amount of additional expense that could have been avoided. At Abraham Law, we take a different approach. Our approach is much more comprehensive. We want to look at everything, especially with a home. The first thing we look at is how you own the home. What does your deed actually say? Is there a trust involved, or will we be putting a trust in place? If so, we can use a ladybird deed to avoid probate and have it go directly into her trust upon her death. That way, when we review everything, plan accordingly, we can prevent a lot of headaches later, not to mention the expense. So how do ladybird deeds actually work? And how do they protect Michigan real property from probate and other potential pitfalls? Well, in Michigan, we're fortunate. We can actually use something that is called an enhanced life estate deed, or it's what some people simply call a ladybird deed. Here's the simple version. It is a unique deed that keeps your home in your name or yours and your spouse's name for the rest of your life. And you keep full control of your home for the remainder of your lifetime. You can sell it, you can mortgage it, refinance it, gift it. You can do whatever you want with it, because for the remainder of your life, it's yours. But here's the beautiful thing about this type of deed. Automatically, when you pass away, there is unique language in this type of deed that is triggered, and it puts your home automatically into your trust, and this is the most important part, without the delay and expense or necessity of probate. Real life example of how convenient and powerful this deed can be. Again, another family came in recently to review when their dad had prepared an estate plan for him. Comprehensive estate plan, which includes several documents, one of which included an enhanced life estate deed. And I want to say this was about 5 or 6 years ago, we did his original estate plan. So when he passed away and the kids came back to us for guidance on what to do next, they were expecting all sorts of issues and a long court process. But instead, what they found was everything was already in place and simple. We explained that all we had to do was simply record his death certificate, which would trigger the conveyance in his deed, and the property was transferred cleanly and immediately into his trust. There was no probate, no delay, no drama, no conflict, no transfer taxes, no inventory fees, no creditor claims. Literally just right into his trust, so they immediately could secure the property and get it ready for sale. The right there is the power of planning ahead. That doesn't happen automatically. It doesn't happen by accident, and it doesn't happen unless you intentionally plan for it. If you have a home or any other real estate for that matter, and you would like to at least discuss how to plan for its transfer to those you love, don't hesitate. Just give us a call. We'll be happy to sit down and explain what your options are and help you actually put a plan in place, one that actually will carry out your wishes. That is why we're here. Give us a call today at 810-750-0440.